back to the online family program coming to you from the Sunshine Coast Health Center. My name is Sarah, and this is a 4-part series about relapse. And for this episode, we're going to talk about emergency planning. So, like I pointed out in the first episode, most people that are in recovery will have at least one slip or relapse. So it is important to have a plan. And, depending on your relationship with them, this plan is going to be more or less complicated. If you don't live with them, if they're your adult child, then that's going to be a less complicated plan than if this person is your husband and you guys have 2 small children. And just remember from my previous series that when you're setting up boundaries, that the boundaries are not about controlling the other person, and they're just about protecting you and those that you are responsible for. So part of your communication about the relapse emergency plan might come from the plan that they came up with themselves while they were here, because of course we have them come up with a relapse emergency plan while they're here. And if they find that it would be helpful to share that with you, then they might share that with you, and in that case you might be able to help them remember that plan if they do have a slip or a relapse. Usually that plan involves something like calling a counselor or one of their friends in recovery or something along those lines. So remember that a slip or a relapse doesn't mean that they've forgotten everything that they've learned, or that the family wasn't supportive enough, or that the treatment didn't work, or any of those things. A slip or a relapse can just be a part of the process. And like I said before, it can be a good learning opportunity if they take advantage of it. What's important is not to ignore it, because that can lead to slipping back into full-blown addiction. So, taking care of yourself during this stressful time is really important. That way you'll be able to make good decisions and feel grounded. So make sure that you have your own outlet. This is not easy things to deal with, so make sure you've got your supports in place as well. And then another thing is, although you can't control them, you can inspire them potentially. So things that could be helpful in the event that the person has a slip or a relapse are maybe sharing some information with them about some supports or programs that might help them get back on track, or letting them know that you believe in them, and that you believe that they can be successful in their recovery, and that's the best that you can do. So take care of yourself, and I hope that you feel more confident in weathering a relapse if that were to happen. So next week I'm going to talk about some do's and don'ts for supporting somebody in recovery. So I hope you join me then.